Hello, everybody. Right now we're here with Rob Steere. This summer he helped campaign for Laura Lombard, who was running for Congress in Kansas. So, Rob, how'd you get started? How'd you get into that?
So funny enough, Laura Lombard is actually an alumni from my high school. And so when she was campaigning around Wichita, Kansas, which is where I'm from, she went to my former high school. And so some of my teachers called me up because they knew I was studying political science. And were like, hey, this person's running for Congress and needs volunteers who are willing to work during the summer. And so as a poli-sci student, I was like, yes, this is a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah.
So I kind of, I called her up and we had an interview over breakfast one day, and she kind of grilled me about why I wanted to help her out and stuff like that. And I passed the interview, so,
Nice,
so I started
nice.
working for her.
Sweet. So on a daily or weekly routine, what are some of the things you had to do to help out?
Keeping in mind that the campaign was really grassroots and we had
Yeah.
a small staff, we all kind of did a lot of everything.
Okay.
But starting out, my main task was to compile a list of events and social functions that she could go to. So she could meet a lot of people and interact with the community and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I also helped write for her social media, particularly Facebook, where a current event happens the refugee crisis at the border, something like that. I would be part of the team that would help write up her response to that,
Okay,
which we would then publish to social media. I also did some speech writing and then kind of the boring stuff, which is making cold calls and canvassing and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you really were all over the board.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's you're doing poli-sci. Was something like this kind of align with what you picture yourself doing in the future after graduation?
Yeah, I would be interested in doing more things like this. I'm not sure I want it to be my long-term career goal, but right now when we're at this fever pitch of political activity where it's really important for us to get involved and support our local candidates, I think that now is a time that I really want to be involved with this. So over the next few years and after I graduate, I think I'm going to spend some time working with politics.
Great, yeah. And for me, who of all my APs I took, I failed government. I'm not very good at politics. What were some of the things that you took away learning about politics in general over the summer that you didn't know beforehand?
So one of the things that surprised me about working in Kansas was how much even the most local and small elections are reflective of the larger political atmosphere.
Yeah.
So some things that may be surprising is that every local election organization has its own kind of dirty aspects, and the kind of political fights that you see going on within Congress and on the national stage go on in a much more smaller aspect or a smaller idea on the local level.
Yeah.
And so when I joined the campaign, I was like, okay, this is going to be fairly grassroots, talking about simple issues like taxes and farming, but no, everyone was really interested in all these national issues. And so it was really encouraging that so many people were interested in national politics and were taking a more big picture approach. So I guess that's one of the things that I took away from it is that, all politics is local, but everyone is super excited about what's going on nationally as well.
I feel like some of those bigger national questions are what people are thinking of when they think of politics, you know what I mean? And that's probably why they get interested in that kind of thing, because it's a lot more serious, I guess you could say.
Exactly.
That's interesting. And for relating with other Congress people that were running, did you have to meet with them as well? Was that awkward, or was that something that you had to do regularly?
There were occasions where I would meet our competitor. The person that won the primary is competing now. His name is James Thompson.
Okay.
And when you're running a primary, obviously it's a very emotional thing because you're competing for your job basically with another Democrat.
Right.
So yeah, we ran into him really frequently, and it was awkward at first, to go up to him and be like, this is the person I'm working against, kind of. And so, but eventually you realize it's all a game and it's all to get someone elected from your party. And so yeah, you kind of get over it, and then once whoever wins, you rally behind them and support them.
Right. Yeah.
So.
We're all on the same side in the end. That kind of deal, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense. But well, thanks again for coming and talking about that kind of stuff. Like I said, politics aren't my strong suit, so it's good to hear what it's like on the inside.
Absolutely.
So thanks again. Yeah. And thanks for watching, folks. We'll get back to the rest of the show. Thank you.